love I never asked for. Being brought into my door, dragging me out of bed. Well, I wish I'd resent you more. Saved my life 3-4 times. Not that I was keeping score. Picture Christ in the time that you nailed up to the shore. With that sexy crying on the floor, babe, maybe a seraphim wings my keyboard seams. Gotta stay like endlessly shine down on me. Pouring over crimson, spoil your speed. I'm expecting heaven seas. But I swear this is all I need. Sweet shame, not me now. It all starts with you. See all things like I see you. Like, oh my God, don't we belong? Oh, just like children left alone. Like, oh my God, these can't be born. The scaffolding of our own. Cross the line through the time. Well, heaven and hell, I spit and spine through. So breathe it in, just let it go. Clutch a light, a silent thing. Sounds good to me, Thor. And you got Saint take the lead. An army stands up, sings through the trees. Love your life in parentheses. And the pain they breathe feels good to me. Thought and whatnot on a Sunday street. Gave a whole lot to spend on me. God, I could've sworn this is all I need. Sweet shame, not me now. It all starts with you. All stars see all things like I see you. It all starts with yes. See all things like I see you. Misinterpret every word spoken. I'm not strong, no tower, no oak. You know, and your skin doesn't bring home. It's not supposed to, it just gets too close. What more can I explain? A whole world that I contain. It's not a matter of better days. A generator whenever I say that every time I walk out of the house, that's Praxis. Every step I take is the world on its axis. All the little things done to keep this true. All the sleight of hand just to make it through. See, I can talk about the halo. I never capture most of its glow. Shiver scared laying bare soul. How does it feel with the right girl? What more can I explain? At least on life that I have gained. It's not a matter of better days. Praxis. Every step I take keeps the world on its axis. All the little things not to keep this true. All the sleight of hand just to make it. Sexes. Every step I take is the world on its axis. All the little things not to keep this true. All the sleight of hand just to make it. Cause every step I take is the world on its axis. Every step I take is the world on its axis. Every little thing not to keep this true. All the sleight of hand just to make it. Thanks so much. We're gonna play one last song for you guys, I think. But we're gonna take it down a little time. We're gonna play a song from the album that is one of the ballads. It's called No Outline. Of our sun nips I can code and keep me warm. There's a big black hole, you won't believe it. Big wild world that I'm not receiving. It's the last time that I close the door. Loose and creak, crack bursts, all leaks out, leaving more. There's a big black hole, girl, you won't believe it. Big wild world that you're not receiving. And I realize that I can fantasize, but you're never gone. And I realize that I must compromise, but it's never done. The big black hole that I won't believe in. In the past life, we're next one for sure. We make love that I can speak of. Dismiss distance, run our course. We're no see outside to be in his best on bitches. To cast no shade, take the shame of it all. To cast you're never gone. And I realize that I must compromise, that it's never done. A big black hole that I won't believe in. Thank you.
We are absolutely thrilled to say that we have Lauren Auder live in session for us tonight. Hello.
Hello. So lovely to be with you.
So nice to have you here in person. You've been on our Next Up list, you've been a breaking artist for us, and now you're finally here.
I know. I feel like I'm slowly climbing up the ranks.
Yeah.
Could anyone? I don't know. What's the difference between breaking and emerging, and which one's better?
Oh, they're both good.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure.
You define the terms.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
it's all good. But I mean, the best thing of all is to have you here to play a live session for us.
It's the best thing for me. I'm very excited.
Oh, well, can you maybe introduce your band? Because you brought a band with you.
Yes, I have brought my band with me today. On guitar, we have Deviance, who's also my co-writer and co-producer for much of this record.
Nice.
So it's a huge pleasure.
Yeah.
Huge pleasure. On drums behind me in a little box to contain him is Lyle. And behind me on this side is Alex on the keys today, which is a very new formation actually. We've been slowly building it up. Lyle and Sylvain and I have been playing for a while, but this is our first official time playing with Alex this week. So, so welcoming Alex, who used to be in a band with Lyle, famous, who I feel like you may or may not know, but but this is how we figured this out.
Okay.
So this is it's not the first time that you've played together, but it's
last night was the first time us four played together.
Okay. Wow. How did it go?
Yeah, I think it went well. Yeah, I think it was good. It was fun.
That's cool. And then, are you going to go on to perform live?
It depends how well we do tonight.
How well this goes.
Let's see
Fair
how
enough.
good it is.
How did you decide that you wanted to bring keys into the live setup?
Because it sounds better.
Okay.
Anything that makes it sound better, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Agreed.
No, I think, it felt like the natural transition. A lot of these songs, as you can hear, I guess, were written on keys, so it felt like this is the next.
Yeah, for sure.
And is that sort of a first instrument of yours? Are you?
First instrument of mine is my voice. You know,
Yeah.
I've been singing since I was a child. But then keys, and then mostly computers. To be honest, that's the main instrument in a lot of my music making. There.
Yeah, no, of course. And sort of speaking of, let's say, your childhood, you're born in Watford.
That's right.
And then most of your teens were spent in the south of France, right?
Yes, no one's perfect.
Sounds pretty idyllic to me. The south of France part less than the Watford part, although I'm sure Watford has its charm.
Yeah.
It's a lovely place. It's a lovely part of the world. No, that's exactly right. Yeah, I spent half of my life in the UK, half of my life in France at this point.
And what was it like as a teen growing up in Albi?
That's right. Albi is where I went to high school. It was equal parts great and beautiful and boring and getting up to no good. So I feel like a good third of my existence was just being on the internet. So that which definitely bred a lot of my musical inspirations and influences. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one, but I feel if anyone who's grew up in decentralized from the cultural hubs would understand that feeling. So I felt like I was really clawing to get out of it, but now that I'm out of it, I'm also it's the best place to go back to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's equal parts good and bad, you know.
I mean, geographically you were disconnected from cultural hubs, but both your parents were very big music journalists. They were very engaged with the culture, right?
Oh, very much so. But I grew up with just a whole room full of CDs and records.
Yeah.
So I was on that level very much so. But they were journalists in the 80s. That's so that's
what
not
a great time for
it was a good time for music, but it was not so much the young and fresh thing that I needed.
I mean, there's so many bits we could get into about this because it's so interesting to the fact that you came from that background, but you also grew up kind of isolated from that stuff. What were you listening to? What were they listening to that sort of crept into your consciousness?
I think that I avoided anything that they listened to until about 5 years ago when I had to admit that Bob Dylan is obviously one of the best songwriters ever. But I don't know. As any teenager, you kind of got to create your own musical lexicon and all this kind of thing.
So, what kind of things were you surfing on the internet?
When I was a teenager, I mean, it was like the prime time of Tumblr and like cloud rap, and that was really where I first found like a lot of love. So like A$AP Rocky's early music, Clams Casino, Space Ghost Perp, Lil B. This was the kind of music that made me feel like I was gonna open a laptop up and make more music.
Yeah.
And then folding into that, I guess I discovered like ambient music and noise music and this kind of thing. So somewhere in between all of these things, it kind of coincided in something that's now basically pop music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like your parents' taste didn't really influence you in terms of the music that you went on to make?
Not really. I mean, maybe as much as being around anything permeates, but not that much. Yeah.
But their engagement with the industry wasn't any. I mean, because I imagine. I mean, this is just my how I'm sort of envisioning it. But like, obviously, they had an understanding of what it was like to work in the industry. Did that influence you as well, or was it just not really on there?
Only in the sense that it made it even more tempting to decide to do it because they would be very against it.
I see. How interesting. So they were like, please go and be an accountant.
Not so much an accountant. No, they want me to do whatever the fuck I want. But as anyone knows, the music...
Apologies for the language.
Sorry.
That's what I carry on.
It's because I've got this gotcha question now. We've got my nepotism question. No nepotism.
I did not say the word nepotism. It's just
it's
fascinating.
A whole no. But yes, I think that mostly I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it. So
and being in the south of France, did that influence you in any way? Were you influenced by any French music, or was there any venues in Albi that you were going to?
I think mostly for me, I think the French has like a really good literature history, as anyone would know, and I think that was maybe one of my big things. Going to school in France, you still like have philosophy classes throughout, and all your like from the age of 14 and 15, and I think doing this kind of thing, there's a big emphasis on literature and all these kind of things would have been a big part of my like formation.
Yeah.
And do you write lyrics in French?
I've written a lot in French, but no lyrics, because it's kind of like a very fine language, and I feel like English has so much more room for ambiguity, which really helps when you're kind of trying to convey something more universal for me, I think. Yeah.
And how did you mentioned your voice was your first instrument? How did you discover that you had this voice?
I don't know. I was in choirs when I was super young. I was in choirs when I was super young, and I think that was like, it was just on offer at school. So that was the first time I discovered the joy of singing. We were speaking about it just out there. It was like, it relaxes the whole body.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
what singing's for.
Yeah.
Unless you do it really badly, and then
it's true. It doesn't relax anyone.
That doesn't relax anyone else, but it relaxes you.
True. What have you got in store for the session tonight? We've had an exclusive from you this evening, which you're going to be playing.
Yes, I will be playing it again, but the live version this time. No, our new single Praxis, which I'm really really excited about. It's been one of my most. Yeah, it's been the one I've been the most excited to like get out into the world. It feels really important, and like it was a mantra that I wrote for myself, kind of thing, to like really, to like keep me going. And I feel like that's always a good thing to want to share. So we're playing that. Yeah. We're going to play Yes, which is the previous single that you guys have very kindly been playing.
It's one of Deb's favourites.
Well, one of yours too, Nathan. I think it's a shared favourite in the studio with our listeners too.
And then we're going to play one last one from an upcoming record that we'll talk about a bit later.
We'll hear more about that in a bit. For now, Lauren Auder, live in session on New Music Fix Daily.
Thank you.
We have tonight in session Lauren Auder. Lauren.
Hello
again.
Still in the room.
You have some very exciting news for us.
I do. I have very exciting news for me, and it will eventually become very exciting news for everyone else who's listening. They will come to know that it's exciting. This is the first time I'm mentioning like the album is coming in March, and it's really exciting. It's my second album. It's called Whole World as Vigil, which is a good title, I think.
Yeah, tell us about that. Tell us about the title.
It existed like way before any of the record existed. Okay. So I was working towards a good goal, It was like my vision board. I guess the meaning of it is just that everything is interconnected on some level, and how terrifying that is, and also how inspiring, and also like how much it can hold you. It's like everyone's going to be watching. Everyone's part of this thing. We all have, our responsibilities to ourselves, others, and that is scary, and that's scary. And so that's kind of the thing. It's like I feel like we have such a tendency to isolate into like kind of fictitious worlds of our own, and this record was really about stopping, locking off different different spaces of your life, be it like a romantic relationship, which is a lot of what this record was about. You realize, we have so much more to give, and we don't have this kind of small isolated island of self.
Yeah, I love that. Can we talk a bit more about the songwriting? Because that's one thing for me that really, the songwriting is so strong for me. It's so hooky in like a great poppy way, but it's like really complex as well. What's your process in terms of songwriting?
I think we've been talking about this the past few days, like between me and Sylvain, who's playing in my band today, is that first of all, I come from a school of like really trad songwriters. That when I first heard like Scott Walker and Jacques Brel and these kind of like really orchestral, like backed but really story driven singer-songwriters, that was the thing that kind of immediately became a beacon for me. It was like, that's the kind of thing I want to bring forward. And then it feels like the backdrop to that, it's always can be movable. It can be any different kind of genre. I think even in the previous track, Yes, that we just played, it brings from like hip hop and dance music and pop music or whatever. But I always want to be like the kind of center of the song, where there's a strong narrative and like kind of strong voice that leads you through it. And I think that's where a lot of the kind of, the praxis, as it were, comes from.
Yeah.
Is that when you talk about strings? Because Praxis got a bit of strings, and
it actually doesn't, because it sounds like it does, but it's actually a CNC machine. You know what those are? They're like some drill. They're like a drill, and there's a video of one in a factory, and I remember hearing it and immediately going like, "That's playing a really beautiful chord."
Wow.
And I looped it, and then sent it over to Deviants over here and Alex Parrish, who also co-produced and co-wrote the song, and we were just like, this is going to be the foundation for like what feels like this big string part, but it's actually just layered mechanical objects.
Wow.
So
that
there you go.
Amazing.
That's so cool. Yeah,
it's not really cool. Strings, it's a video of a drill.
Yeah, it's specifically a TikTok of a drill.
Wow.
No, there is a string section in the middle eight just for accuracy's sake. But that main string part is actually not at all.
That's amazing. Can we talk about your lyrics as well?
I'd love to.
Yeah, you mentioned how like growing up in France, like philosophy and sort of that kind of thing is quite a big part of the education there. Is that something that's behind your lyrics? How do you get inspired?
I feel like I read a lot, and I think that's kind of the best way to figure anything out. And I don't know, I think it's constantly having access to a microphone in my pocket is really where everything comes from. A lot of my lyrics have been like written over months and months and months, and then kind of reshaped once there's an idea for a song that kind of fully emerges. So I think it's just constantly having some kind of stream of consciousness thing. I know that with my lyrics, what I want is I always have a really precise message that I want to get across, and then from there I can really build it up. But I write quite like almost statement like lyrics that often don't really necessarily that aren't really where I'm at in life, but where I aspire to be, kind of thing. That's kind of the thing. A lot of them is like kind of like magical thinking in that way. Yeah.
Does that mean you're thinking a lot about how it's going to be received? Like if you're making a statement, are you thinking about how it's going to land with an audience?
I just assume that I'm not that special, and that if something resonates with me, it will resonate with someone else.
Yeah, it's a fair enough way of thinking about it, I guess.
Are we gonna, because we've already heard Yes and Praxis. What other sounds can we hear on the album?
It kind of goes all over the place. There's some proper like dance music. There's some kind of heavier rock. There is some like big piano balladry. It's kind of all over the place. There's the one through line I would say is that it's dense.
Oh.
Most of it always is just like layers and layers and layers and layers.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to make a thing that felt like the whole world. So that was the goal. Yeah.
Yeah. And is this you still kind of mainly like in terms of your composition and production, is that something that you are sitting in rooms with other people figuring out? How does that work?
The way it tends to happen is I'll have an idea for a song, I have some like basic lyrics, and then I'll have a melody and start to put the chords down. And then once it feels like it's kind of started to be in the space, then throughout this whole record I've worked with just Deviants and Alex Parrish. And then once there's kind of like the bare minimum of a song that exists, there's a clear direction, then it's like us three either in the same room or traveling around. A lot of this was finished, just the two of us, because Silva's in the room. You can say hello, I feel.
Hey.
There you go. And that was done mostly like in France about a year and a half ago, so quite a while ago. It's taken a while to properly finish. But yeah, so it's definitely a very close collaborative circle.
Yeah.
And how has it been, excuse me, the sort of transition from studio time into now live, taking it to stage in this new lineup?
It's interesting because so much of the music that I make is very much like production based, and it's about creating that feeling. But I also knew that what was so important to me on this record is that it had like something really vital about it, and that just has to be it. There has to be a live side to that.
Yeah.
And I've been really lucky to know and be around so many amazing musicians in London, that I was able to form a band with amazing musicians who get the music and understand what we're trying to like get going. Because I've always loved playing live. It feels like a really integral part of what I want to bring to the table. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what's on the horizon for this year. Is a lot more of that.
Well, on that note, let's have some more live music from Lauren Auder.
Thank you. This is Praxis.